What? So whatever we have done till now, okay. So whenever we write a module, the problem is anybody can see the content. Means if I write a playbook, okay, anybody can come see the playbook and edit the playbook. But what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do changes in such a way that I will be the only one who will be able to see the content of the playbook, change the content of the playbook, and at the end of the day, whatever I want to do, I can do that with the playbook. Okay, so there is a concept here in Ansible, which is known as Ansible Vault. Okay, so as the word suggests, vault, which means that there is something which is having a key and a lock. So today we will learn how to do that key lock thing. So let me just open my Ansible management node. So let me just come here. This is my Ansible management node. And let me log in. So putty ec2 minus user at the rate this guy appearance, and I will change the font size. Okay, 16 and then SSH auth, go with the key, whatever you have. This guy, open it. So I will say sudo su hyphen, host name is Ansible, and this is mgmt node. Okay, and let me clear all these things now. And here I will become ANS ADMIN. Okay, CD / etc Ansible. Okay, now the first thing which you should always do is you should try this Ansible -m ping all. So just check whether you are able to connect to your worker nodes or not. So this is my worker node 1, worker node 1, worker node 2, and this is my unreachable because this does not exist. So I'm okay to start. So as I told you, I'm going to write a playbook. Now let me say I've written a playbook, something like this, playbook or variable playbook.yaml. So anybody who has view access can come and view the content, or if he has edit access, he will come and edit my content. So I don't want that he should be able to edit, because I don't want to show my code, because security is an important aspect here. So I would like to rather hide it. So what should I do? Come here and let me come back to my repo here. One step back. Now here I have something called Ansible Vault. Okay. Now let's httpd YAML. Okay. Let me say I have this guy, all these things. Okay. Now let me say I'll create a file. Okay. Sudo nano Ansible Vault. Okay. Ansible Vault dot YAML. And I will paste it here. One second. Okay. Now this is my YAML file. Okay. Now name, it says server details. You give any name of your choice. Host, I'm running it on test server. Remote user for me is my Ansadmin. Okay. And I have a variable file secrets.yaml. Okay. And this has two tasks. One, it will remove HTTPD server, and then it will install HTTPD server. Okay. So let me come back here. Step more back. This is okay. This is simply running it. HTTP variables.yaml. Okay, hold on. First, let me run this, then I'll come to that. Okay, same thing. Only thing is there I was storing the password in a variable file, and here I'm just hard coding the value. Same thing. Okay, so name, give any server detail or whatever you want to give. Host name, where you want to run, who is the user, and this is his password. So let me say my password is pass123. Okay, now if I give my username and password like this, okay, and I want to run it. First, let me try to check whether this is correct or not. So I'll say Ansible minus playbook. Okay, and then Ansible hyphen vault and minus syntax check. Okay, so this is okay. The syntax is okay, but the major problem here is if I go inside this Ansible vault, I am hard coding my values, Ansible as my user and password 123 as my password. Now, this is a very big risk thing. I told if you want to run this, you can, first level of check can be you do something like this -b and you put -k. So -b means become a root user, but before becoming a root user, ask for the password. Okay, so it is saying SSH password. So I will say pass123.
Sir, -k is for what?
-k is -b is become root user. Okay, or give him admin rights. -b.
No, I was asking for -k.
I'm coming to that. And -k is that it will prompt you for your password. See here, when I give -k, it is asking me for my password. So it will not happen that any user will log in and simply he will say -b and he will run it. Okay, so that will not happen because now I'm giving -k. So -k will make sure that the user, if the user logged in is ANSAdmin, he is providing his password here. Okay, and then he will be allowed to do whatever he wants to. So he connected to the server, removed the HTTPD software, and then installed the software here. Okay, now work-wise it is okay, but the major problem I am seeing here is this guy. I am hard coding the values. Now anybody can steal it, change it, or do whatever he wants to do with this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of encrypt this entire thing. Okay, so to encrypt this, I will be using a command something like this. Sudo use Ansible vault and encrypt the file which I created. So the file which I created was Ansible vault.yaml. Okay, it says you're locking it, but what password are you going to use? So let me say I'm going to use a password PASS123. PASS123. So now it says encryption successful. So now your content is encrypted. So now if you simply come here and say cat Ansible vault.yaml, you will see it is giving you permission denied. Means if you simply go and try to view the content, you will not be able to view the content. But how about running the file? Can I still run it? Sudo Ansible vault. One second, Ansible vault. Let me remove this -b also. See here, it is saying error occurred while trying to read the file etc Ansible this much. Permission denied. So you do not have permission to read this file. So what I have done, I have encrypted the data. Even if with sudo permission, if I go sudo cat Ansible vault YAML, see, I'm not able to see the content. Okay, even with sudo or root user, where I always say root user is your powerful user. He is the Superman. He can do everything. That user also is not able to decrypt this guy. So it is saying Ansible Vault AES 256 means 256 bit of encryption is used, and this is the content what I see. So now, unless and until I have my credentials intact, I cannot read the file, I cannot execute the file. So this is how you encrypt the file. Okay, how to decrypt, I'll just come, but until this point of time. Yeah.
Sir, you are using nano cd command, right? Sometimes we are using nano directly and then file name. What is the difference, sir? Why it is like?
See, many a times what happens, let me show you that. See, if you remember the class which I started initially, okay, I told if it's a normal user, see, AnsAdmin is a normal user. So he's getting this symbol as dollar here at the end. But if I become a root user, see, his symbol is hash.
Correct.
Okay, the end. Now, root user is like a very powerful user. He can do everything. Whatever he wants, he can do everything. But this user cannot do everything. But suppose this user has to do some installation. Okay, so let me say you are using your company's laptop. If you want to install something, you need admin permission for that. And the moment you try to install something, it will prompt you for username and password. And the moment you provide your username and password, it will check whether you are authorized for installing some software on company's laptop or not. If not, it will say permission denied. So this, whenever you are AnsAdmin or a EC2 user or anything like that, you go ahead and add sudo at the beginning. So sudo is like temporarily give him admin privilege, so that for this command, whatever you are trying to do, for that command, he should be able to work. So when you see here, wait, root user, right? Let me just come out of this. And you know that multiple user it will allow. So I'm going to
this command only I'm talking about.
So if you see here sudo, if I just remove sudo and simply go with cat is the display command. So if I simply go with cat, it is saying permission denied. So it's not allowing me to do anything. But if I go with sudo permission and then do a cat, then it is showing me the content, but the encrypted content. So this is the level of permission which is taken care here.
So which means difference between the root user and normal user?
Yes, difference between root user
Based
and
on that
normal.
only we are using the commands also.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Where is the other content for this? One second. Okay. But what if I want to execute the content? See, now I'm not able to view the content. Okay. I'm not able to run the content. Ansible playbook. Okay. And then, sorry, it is Ansible playbook. Okay. So neither it is allowing me to view the content, nor it is allowing me to run the playbook. So how to secure this? So to secure this, you will use this keyword. So you say Ansible playbook, and here you add this -- ask vault. So it will ask you for the password. So this is another level of Ansible vault. So Ansible playbook, general scenario, Ansible playbook, and you give the vault, the playbook name, and then you say -b and you run it. But here you will add extra stuff, which will say ask vault. Okay, means ask me the vault password. I'll provide the vault password, and if I have correct username and password, then you go ahead and let it run. Let it run. It is asking you for the vault password. Okay. Now here you can provide your password.
So we can run by -k, no, sir?
No. See, there are two things here. Wait, what did it say? Still saying permission denied. Error. Read the file etc Ansible what error number 13 permission denied. Why now? Wait a second. See, -k is a different thing. Okay, it is asking SSH password, means the user password. See, there are two things here. See, suppose this is the file. Okay, the file has been encrypted. Okay, by Ansible Vault. So this is the file has been encrypted. This is different. But the guy who is trying to execute this, for that you are putting -k. So -k is for the user. Okay, and for Vault it is different. Vault is different. But now the problem which I'm facing is, even if I'm providing my password, it is not okay. Let me start with first this password. Let me just go ahead and so it is, if I've given -k here, so it is asking me for my SSH password. So let me provide that first, pass123. Now it is asking me for vault password. Now the vault password is okay. There is some problem now. Vault password, it is not allowing me because I gave the same password. Okay, let me try one more time. I think I have by mistake given a wrong password. What was, no, it was pass123 only. Okay, let me just delete it and create it again, because ls-l. Let me put it like this, sudo nano, and give me the name as httpd files.yaml. I think I forgot the password, or while typing I have not typed it correctly. Take this, take this. This is my normal file. Some name, test server, Ans admin. This is my password. Okay, sudo Ansible sudo password is password. Okay, and remote user is httpd absent present. Control X, Y, enter. Now let me run this. So I will say Ansible minus playbook. Okay, and then I'll say the file name httpd file, and then I will say -k. Okay, so it is asking me for my SSH password. So it is pass123 and it is executing it. So this is okay. This is not a problem. Okay, so it will also ask me to become -b. SSH password pass123. So this is normal. This is no great thing here. My content. So I have this command. So I'm saying sudo Ansible vault encrypt this file, new password PASSWORD. PASSWORD. Okay, encryption is successful. Now while running, I will try to give it like this. httpd file minus b. Okay, if you want, that's it. It's asking me vault password, password. Okay, one small change I would like to do here. So this file, I'll tell you what is the problem here. I understood the problem. See, this file, httpd file, what is this guy? Httpd file.yaml. If you see here, root is the owner of this file, and you are trying to run the command as ansadmin. So we have to change the owner of this file. So ansadmin should be the owner of this file. Sudo, okay, chown. I'm going to change the owner of this file. So I'll make ansadmin, the owner of the file. That's why it is failing. ls minus l. Now, if you see, this is owned by ansadmin. Okay. Now the same command, I will try to run it like this. Vault password, password. This time it is running.
Sir, can you please show how you have found that error?
Okay, give me 1 second. See here. Now here, if you read the error, it's saying an error occurred while trying to read the file. Okay, so it is not able to read the file. And when it says read the file, this is the location, etc Ansible file. Okay, and it is permission denied. So why the permission denied? Because I am trying to run it with ansadmin user. The command which I am running, see, Ansible playbook, ask vault httpd password minus b. So this I am running as ansadmin. But this file I saw was owned by root. So only root user has read and write execute. Other users, they don't have any permission. So when they're trying to read the file, they're not able to read the file. So what I did is I went ahead and I changed the owner of the file. So now this file, httpd file, which contains my playbook, is owned by ansadmin. So now when I execute the stuff, when I say logged in as ansadmin, Ansible playbook, ask vault, httpd file become true, then it is able to execute the content.
And what about root user? Sir, root user won't be having any
no, root
privileges.
user does not have the access, right? We saw earlier also, right? See, when we, even if we try like this, sudo, just view the file. Sudo cat. See here, he is, even if you try adding sudo, it is AES 256, means 256 bit of encryption is applied here. Okay. So in DevOps world, doesn't matter what you're doing, but the most important thing is whether you are keeping your data safe or not. Okay. For every client, the first requirement is the data should be safe. Okay. So you can implement -k. That is one way of implementing it. The second is you can implement this vault thing so that the vault will contain the credentials or will contain the data, and only the valid user will be able to run your playbook. So it should not happen that any random user will come and say that I am the root user, give me the privilege, and he will start running the code. So that should not happen actually. Okay, neither he should be able to view the content, nor he should be able to do anything by his own.
In the enterprise level, the entire code will be saved in the playbook, sir, or?
See, again, it will depend. See, I told you that if the code is big, very big, okay, in that case, they will create a role, okay, and they will split into small chunks and put it in roles. Again, the same thing, you can encrypt your roles also. But in case the code is not big, the playbooks are like 10 lines, 20 lines, 30, 40 lines, then they keep it as playbook only. But definitely they will not run as an ad hoc command, because that is not, that's a lot of time, that time will get consumed for that. So when you talk about enterprise, most of the enterprise will be using playbooks. If the same playbook become big, they will be using Ansible roles, but playbook is what we are expecting most of the organizations to use. More importantly, when you go for an interview, they will ask you, tell your strength. Then if you say, I have worked on Ansible, then they will tell you that, can you write a Ansible script for me or an Ansible playbook for me? Okay. So you should be in a position to write the playbook. Obviously, when you're writing on an interview, nobody will expect that you write everything 100% correct, but at least 70 to 80% expectation will be there. So I have told you earlier also, please write it. Just don't copy paste. Copy paste will not help. Okay. Any questions till this point of time? If any questions are there, they'll take it. Else I'll move to next topic.
And sir, can we save number of files like this, or can we run only
You
one?
can save any number of files. If you have 100 files, you can save 100 files. Obviously, if you have to either you can go ahead and give different password, or with the same password you can encrypt things. Now there is a question here. If I have to edit the file, means I have to make some changes, how will I do it? Let's try to do it then. Wait a second. Okay, so let me say here, I will say minus ask. Okay, I want to change the file, right? So minus ask vault. Type nano. So nano. Wait a second. There's no vault only, no. Sudo. One second. Ansible vault crypt. One second, give me 1 second. Let's try. This is the normal file. Trying to encrypt it. It's not allowing me to encrypt it. It's not allowing me to change anything. So I will add this guy now. Minus ask vault. Should allow me, right? 1 second. Let me just check Google. Should allow me. Edit Ansible vault. Now it says if you want to encrypt, if you want to view the content, it says Ansible vault view, and then you just give your this thing. So let me just try this first. Just view the content. Okay. So Ansible vault view and the name of the file. Ansible vault view and name of the file. So name of the file is this guy. Vault password password. Okay, so this is the view command, Ansible vault view. So let me just add it to my document. To view the file. Okay, then next is To edit the file, you say Ansible Vault edit the file. So instead of view, you put it as edit. Vault password PASSWORD. And here you go, you can edit. Let me say escape I. So I come in insert mode, server details, add it.
Because here we are assigning the password, right? Instead of password, can we able to, instead of hard coding, is it possible to give us a random password or variable password?
Yes, you
kind
can
of
do that also. You can do that also. Just adding sudo here. PASSWORD. Okay, so if you want to edit the file, to edit the file, you will add something like this. Ansible may you add here sudo, then you add here edit. Okay, come back here. See, it is not at all mandatory for you to remember all your commands. Okay, please make it sure that not always it will be possible for you to remember everything. Okay, line by line, all the commands. But the
Also,
more,
sir, how to remember this scripting also? That is also one of the major
no,
thing.
why do you want to remember the scripting? See, you just remember the template. Okay, and once you remember the template, then you can go ahead and do your work, right?
Correct, but in interview point of view, we will not be getting.
Interview point of view, nobody will ask you everything line by line.
Okay.
See, at least, okay, when you say DevOps engineer, you will know 10 tools. Okay, now if somebody is asking you everything related to 10 tools, then it is not possible. So everybody understands that. And more importantly, the one who is asking, he will also not remember all these things. No, that's truth, man. See, it is not like the person is God, he will understand everything. If he's a show-off guy, he will say, I know everything. But then when he will also work, he will also see that these are the problems which he will face. Anyhow, so this is the command here. Now, if I want to decrypt Ansible Vault, decrypt, ask vault password, and this is what I want to decrypt. Means I don't want to keep it a secret anymore. Again, permission denied, it is showing. Just add sudo. Okay, so decryption successful. Now anybody who wants, he will add just sudo and he will be able to do it. So decryption is successful. So now he is able to see the content. Okay. Now there was a question here that in case I have some username and password and I want to encrypt the username password only. I don't want to encrypt the entire thing. So what basically we are doing now is we are encrypting the entire playbook. Okay. So in that case, what you will do is.
Sorry, add the sudo in your file also, no? That.
One second. Then. See, sudo thing will be understood, but anyhow, if you want, I can add it. Okay, so this is direct. Now, in case, okay, same content. same content, but here I'm not putting my username and password directly here. I am creating a separate file, okay, and I'm giving the name as secret.yaml, and I'm keeping my content in the secret.yaml. So when I encrypt, I will just encrypt this file, secret.yaml. I will not encrypt everything, okay. In the first scenario, I wanted to encrypt my playbook as well as the username and password, because in my playbook only the username and password was there. But now my username, even if it is visible here, the password is here in a different file. So this different file alone is what I will encrypt. Okay, and I will run my playbook as usual, and I will put that ask vault thing. And whenever it will run, it will ask me for the password. Go to this secret YAML file. From there, it will take the content or the password, and then it will try to execute it. Okay, just try it. It is easy. Okay, in case you don't get this thing, you will come back to me. I'll let you know how to work. Okay, now till this point, whatever we have done, okay, we have done everything manually. We were running the playbook manually. We are doing everything manually. Whether it's a playbook, it's a role, it's a ad hoc command, we are running it manually. But I told in the beginning that when you start your work, okay, we will not be doing anything manually. If it's a testing thing, okay, fine, I can do it manually. But then if it is a deployment, I want to automate the entire deployment, because when I say I'm creating a CI/CD pipeline, I told you for me, pipeline is that a user will put his code in the beginning and all the process will happen inside, and at the end I will get my output. So this is what I had told earlier. So obviously for that thing to happen, I must automate this process. Whatever you are trying to do, let me say I've written a playbook, you have run it manually, you have checked everything is working fine. But in future, you're not planning to run it manually. So you will try to automate this process. Now to automate this process, obviously you will start using Jenkins. So now we will learn how to integrate Jenkins and Ansible together. Okay. Now what I can do is, the first thing is go to your EC2 instance, wherever you have this guy, Jenkins, take it and try to bring it up. 1 second. Instance state, start. What happens? Getting stuck or what? So this is my Jenkins, whether it came up. Pending. Okay, it is running now. Take this guy and come here. Let's wait for the Jenkins to come up. Okay, still initializing. Running or not. Many a times what happens is, in the background Jenkins does not run, and because the Jenkins is not running in the background, the front end also it will not show anything. I think in the background it is not running. Okay, so some update is there. So let me run it. Sudo yum update -y. See, you will learn how to debug the scenario only if you get your hands dirty. If you just see the videos and you will just take the notes, no, I am resolving the problems which I am facing, but when you work, you will face a different problem. So that is what will give you confidence. So please do practice. Okay. Anyhow, let me just become a sudo su hyphen and just check Java is there or not. Java -- version. So you can see this Java's. Okay, Java 17. It has been upgraded to Java 17.
Correct, sir. Even yesterday I tried to log in, but it was the same error. Then I upgraded to new version.
Anyhow, let's check service Jenkins status. Okay. So it is saying it is inactive and dead. So let me just check if it works with this service Jenkins start. Let's see if it starts or not. It will start well and good. Does not start means I have to check Java. Okay. With Java 11, it will work. I'm that sure about that. But with Java 17, it will work or not, I don't know. Okay, it has saying that it has started. Okay, so let me come here, refresh this guy. And I can see it is up and running. So I can say admin. And this was pass 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my manage Jenkins. Okay, and as of now, dismiss all these things in manage plugins. Okay, I will go to available section. And anytime you want to integrate anything, the first and the foremost thing you need to do is you need to install that plugin. So look for that plugin in Ansible. See here, you have Ansible 1.1. It says invoke Ansible ad hoc commands and playbooks. So I want to run my playbooks. So I will go ahead and install this plugin. Anyhow, today we will not be able to implement this particular thing, but we will at least be able to get started. Okay, so what are we aiming to do, or what do we want to do? Okay, so let me come here. CI/CD pipeline using Ansible. So we will be trying to do something like this. Okay, so I would like to write the code, push the code to GitHub here. Once the code is in GitHub, using Maven, I will compile the code, and Jenkins is well aware how to compile the code. So once the code is compiled, okay, this human readable code is converted into a machine readable code. But there should be someone who should go and deploy all these things, okay, onto my server. So let me say I have 5 Docker servers, 1 Kubernetes server, or 10 Kubernetes server. So there should be someone who should deploy all these things on my request. And I very well know that the moment I establish SSH connectivity with Ansible and the machine where I want to connect, I will be able to deploy. Till now, we are directly coming on my Ansible machine and doing the deployment, or we are running our playbooks or whatever. But now what we will do, we'll ask Jenkins to get integrated with Ansible, and then Jenkins will give command to Ansible, and then Ansible will go and do the deployment. Because when we are talking about CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins plays a very important role. And that's the reason I am trying to install Jenkins here. Any questions for this thing which I discussed just now? Just let me come to manage Jenkins and check if the Jenkins thing is there or not.
Sir, I have one question in Maven. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Well, you are creating the new project, no? You have copied the code, this form.xml code into the app.java.
Okay, yes.
Where you have taken this that code which you have copied and pasted in the app.java.
See, Maven in 5 minutes. See, I told you that when you want to work with Java, okay, you need a folder structure like this.
Correct.
If you are using a tool like Eclipse or Visual Studio Code or any such tool, that tool will automatically give you a folder structure like this, where the package name will be there and all the details will be there. Okay. But in my case, I'm not using any tool. So I want this code to be auto-generated. For this to be auto-generated, I am running this piece of code. And if you read this, it says.
No, sir. My question is not this. This I understood. You have copied one code which you have kept in the app.java, the file.
This is
inside that file.
This is getting auto-generated from here only. I'm not
correct. App.java. Inside that file, you have copied the code. That code, I want to know, where did you got?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not writing that code. That code is getting generated from here. Maven archetype quick start.
I was tried for same, but nothing is.
Wait, I'll show you. Let me run this. Let me clear all these things. Okay. MVN is there or not? Just let me check. Okay. Let me just go ahead and sudo su hyphen. Okay. I will say yum install maven -y. What happened? Some 95 packages are there, so we will have to wait. Okay, now MVN MVN. Okay, so this is Maven for me. Java is there, Maven is there. Now I want to run this. -L, you will see this my app. Now, if you want cd my app, okay, now come to the folder structure. Source main Java, source main Java com, then my company app, enter ls-l. You see app.java. I did not write this code. This code got auto-generated. App.java. Hello world. Now, if you are a Java developer, you will replace this thing and put your code. And then you run this code. So whatever code you have, you put it here and run it.
Oh, this code has come automatically by running this command. Okay.
Now here, there are many varieties. Okay. This is Maven archetype quick start. If you are creating a web page, this will change. Okay. So like that, you will see different varieties are there, because Java can do a lot of things. So this is just getting started with Java. But if you want a web page, then that's a different piece of thing you write here.
Because I have one query. Actually, previously you telling the relation of Git and Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, right? Can you please explain that thing once?
Okay.
When we upload the code to the GitHub and Jenkins will pull, here Maven where comes into the picture.
Okay.
Like when
CIC.
and the code will be in the YAML file, right? Suppose we
No.
taking the
Wait. Code. See, code, when you say, there are two type of things here. Okay. See, when I'm talking about this diagram, okay, in my DevOps, there are two phases, CI, CD. Okay. CI is continuous integration. So when I was teaching Jenkins, I told that there is a process of CI. CI means continuously the code will be changed and continuously the code will be compiled and kept in machine readable format. So when you write a code, let me say you're a Java developer, you're a PHP developer, you're a Python developer, you're a .NET developer. Doesn't matter what developer you are. The requirement is that the end of the day, you will put your code to GitHub. Only if it is in GitHub, people will be able to see it. Point number one. So your code is present here. Human readable code is present here. But will this human readable code work in the server? Can you deploy it? The answer is no, because you need .jar, .var, .exe, that kind of file you need, which is a binary file or a machine readable file. So somebody has to convert this human readable code to machine readable code. So that work will be done by Maven. Maven, where it is sitting inside Jenkins. So we will say Jenkins will build the code for me, or it will compile the code for me. It will package the code for me. But in the background, Maven is doing that. Maven is converting that human readable code to a machine readable code. Now, once it is converted into a machine readable code, there should be someone who should push the code to that server, that production server. And that push to the production server, Ansible will do. But my Jenkins will command, or my Jenkins will say, okay, Ansible, do this. And then Ansible will do this. And this entire thing will be streamlined, or we will automate this entire process in the coming class.
Sir, is there any programming language is running behind the Maven?
Maven is running on Java. Jenkins is also running on Java.
To humanable read code to making a machine readable code.
Yes. It is running on Java.
Okay.
Suppose because the code is uploaded to GitHub is PHP code. Suppose the PHP code is uploaded. PHP code.
See, PHP code, you can directly use it. There is nothing called compilation of PHP code. But Maven is compatible with almost all the languages. So except .NET, okay? If you write your code in any other programming language, you can compile it using Maven. C++, Python, Ruby, Scala, all these languages are integratable with.
Lastly, we are implement right. Giving the code in app.java, right? Like now
because I am creating a Java program. If you have a different program or a different language, your file extension will change. Suppose you have a Python code, it will become app.py. So here I'm showing you example with Java. That's why I have app.java. But if you write a Python code, it will be app.py.
Okay, fine. Now,
90%
clear for me, like up to Jenkins, and the thing is now how Ansible will take this thing actually. Like
that I'll teach you. See, Ansible independently how it is working, that you should be aware of by this point of time. Okay. Now I am saying I will integrate Ansible and Jenkins together, and I'll show you how Jenkins will take the control and ask Ansible to do everything.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes. Good.
Okay. Fine then. So we drop now. we meet tomorrow and we work with our integration. Okay. And one very important thing, once your work is done, please shut down your machines, because unnecessary cost will be there. And then people will say that, sir, you did not say that cost will be there. I always keep saying that, see, as a human, even I forget many a times to shut down my machine, and then it is some or the other cost is involved. So let's close this. Stop the machine. Okay, fine. See you then, guys. Bye-bye.